I do again. So this is the final result as in the first part of video, and you can see just already colored. I had only the two kind of eyes. For these I just separate with split group split, and then I colored one in symmetry, so I colored both, and splitting I adjusted the color in polypaint, so I just changed the hue, as you can see, to have the correct concept they did of Lilith. So this is the second part of the video. I hand in this part. Please subscribe the channel, help me to grow up my channel, and I do the best to talk in English. I am not so well, but with some practice to make a video in English, it can help me. And I did another render in Blender. Of course, I exported the whole map. In this viewport you can see the wall details, because I not increase the subdivision level. If you want to see how I do it, I export it from ZBrush, please leave a comment if you need these. And in this occasion I had a light at the back part, so I have a backlight, a rim light, then one direct light on the right and a fill light on the left, more cold because the character is fearing live fear, so it's very cold. The same I did in ZBrush, using the second light I had, so I can switch off when I want, but this fill light leave me more interesting character. If I had the BPR pressed now, you can see that it makes soft this part. For the lips I changed the color, so I paint with material channel. I switch off the Z add, also alpha, but I can't now, and I paint, I don't remember which material, maybe toy plastic or something that reflects so much light. And for the skin instead, I modified the material here, increasing the specular. I hope I'm doing well. Yeah, it's too much. Okay, just to know that in some parts of the face you have some fat pad. Now, if you see on the nose is the most reflecting part of the light. You see, instead in this part there is a beard, so there is not so much reflection. In my forehead I have, but because it's so hot in room now, so in this part we have fat. It could be interesting for a very hyper-realistic state to increase only in this area the reflection. Anyway, I skip this part if I'm boring. Of course, please help me to grow my channel and subscribe. I'll let you do the progress of coloring. Bye. Here we are. I left this part of our statue with matcap gray, and I'm just filling the object with base color, and the skin of the model is so white and not normal skin, so I choose not so carnage color. The same for the horn. I start with the red, also if they are black but red in some parts. And for the props, I just color filling the principal color, of course. I'm feeling also the changing the material to see how it's rendering, and also with eyes, and just in this part I just filling all parts of all subtools. So I will change, of course, if I need material and color too. There is two subtools similar. One is with double layer, the other one is a single layer about the veil. Because if we need to stamp, of course, we need to have a double. I'm basing, of course, with the concept I already downloaded from Google, so I hope to match the correct color. If you have any suggestion to correct my art, please subscribe. That you can help me to grow up. So as you see, I'm feeling with more white skin, and then I change also the matte cap with one more white. I use the standard switch of the head, switch of the Z head, leave RGB and A to paint with alpha, and for the skin I had brush alpha that remind us like a splash. I don't know, aerograph. No, we can see that now. I switch with the smooth peaks because when I project the details, some got no well in the area of high, and where and now I changed the skin cap, of course. Skin shade 4 is this, and it's better. I'm feeling the material, not the color, so the horn are different from the face. As you can see, the color spray with the blended with the brush alpha helped me to increase the skin zone, the skin tone. In this part instead, I switch off the A, so I'm not coloring with alpha, because the lips are more unique. So I try to underline some area with there is cavity with more darkened tone, of course. Some area that need more blood, if the creator have, of course, and I increase the red part. I'm going to the lowest level of details with the other subtool, because it's easier to the program to view part to move the wall mesh, of course. Consider that the central part of the face is more a not part. It's more warm because there is more blood in human. In Lilith, I don't know, but I'm following that direction. So went to the horn and starting to add black part between some peaks. So the effect is like burning part, no? This color helped me to increase the 3D effect. So instead to use black, I'm using a very dark color near the blue. So it's a sort of violet, but very with less saturation. Obviously, if I'm coloring with color spray, the color spray help me to change the hue during the color flow. So if I press that tone, the program play between violet, pink, and blue. It's not perceptible, but it is so. If I zoom very near to the figure, we can see that. I take my time, of course, but the horn is the most important thing of the figure. During my brush work, I see some mistake I did during the modeling. So with color we can mask that part, but if we need to print, we should fix them. I like very much this effect. So it's very speed up this part. It's like 5%. 5x. No, 5% is not a thing. So we have a very realistic corn without very realistic head. Near the skin, obviously, I'm changing the color and I try to blend that part. Then to get more homogeneous, more unique, the color, I'm coloring all parts of the horn. So we make some movement. I'm changing the background to the default one to see better the color. If we have a black back part is better. Try to reproduce the horn in this part also if the material, the matte cap is different, of course, so the light reflect in a different way. And of course I'm playing with the base color and darker one. I have switch off the symmetric because it's more personal, more realistic that we have an asymmetric details. Changing material to the horn, but I'm not so proud of this. Try to increase the cavity of the shape with a darker color, of course. Consider that if you don't know the shortcut to color, I use a V to switch the color. You can use a contemporary to color and use a C, the C button to make the I don't know in English, to pick the color, to pick up the color I used on mesh. Okay, separate the polygroup. I can masking better and color or fill color better, and we have, see, very simple. Obviously, if you have not so many points like this, the color going to the point. So if you are low poly, have a problem with color. If you see that the color going to red is blended too much, but it's okay for us. So you should always coloring with high poly, then going to low poly, exporting the texture, so you have a texture on low poly. This is the correct process. Yes, I did the same for this. Just Ctrl W and fill the object, and we have the solution. Maybe adjust some dirt so much in surface, but it's okay for me. Just with a good rendering, you will not see that it's too much clean. I'm thinking about the props that is very perfect. So if you need to dirt a bit, like I'm doing this with the horns, we need to an high poly in the props. So in this occasion, if you divided so much that mesh, you smoothing so much, so you need to do some crease before. These are my death, my tomb. As you can see, I switch to another brush alpha, following the details, the long details along the horn. I'm always playing with low RGB intensity. Instead, if I need, of course, feeling so much the shape, I increase that part. changing material in the props, make more metal thing. Maybe are too much. And then I use the RGB, do with a darker green, and painting with alpha, of course. I'm just switching with D to dynamic subdivision, add some color. Adding some blue part within the skin. If you see, the skin are not the same color, so the darkest part often are green or blue or maybe violet in the less saturated part, of course. This helped me to make some movement to vibrant color in the part colored, of course. So going to polypaint, adjust color, I try to fix some intensity, some darker parts, and of course I'm trying to match as the concept done. Okay, to make some contrast, using a darker color to increase, of course, the contrast, and trying to do with eyes, but I'm not using this alpha. I just download another one. It's okay, you can use one of these as the same. I just use a correct ring to make a correct eyes, but the process is the same. I did this part, and then I split the two eyes, and I just one of that. The goal, the target is to have a color in the head, in the face, similar to the tone of the horn. So like the darkest part of the skin should be near to the horn. If you can have these, you have you see that there are two separate subtool, and it's not so good. So as you can see, around the eyes the color match better with the lips tone corresponding with the horn tone corresponding, and so on. So it does seem that you forget some part, now if you see that I don't know, in some part there is only white and the color is not so blended. As you can see, the RGB intensity is 47. To simulate the cavity, I've used the darkest color I had. The reason I choose to have the character as the hair. Some others haven't, but I like that the hair as near the horn. I don't know why, and the color also is near to the horn. I almost ended, so the finish, the final is as you can see at the start of this video, and I will upload soon to my ArtStation page. If you see some pics, some rendering height level pics, see you in the next work, of course. And I start to do in the movie a turnable. Okay, I forgot to add some dirty part to veil for the same same target to make more vibrant the color. So I'm playing with saturated parts, unsaturated parts, near color, analog color to the red, of course. This is the final turnable piece. I hope you like the video. Please enjoy. Please leave a comment, press a like, and subscribe my channel. See you in the next.